in her. A rebellious streak means a person who has
Who
a rebellious,
rebels.
yes, a
Who
rebellious
rebels.
nature, or who rebels. She has a rebellious streak in her. The third sentence, the family was under a lot of financial strain. First option there. So please, one teacher, if you could read it after me. The third sentence. Good. Yes. The family was under a lot of financial strain. The fourth sentence. Her father survived a massive stroke. The first option. Okay, please remember the ver, survived, ver and ver, clearly heard. Her father survived a massive, ver at the end again, stroke. The first option.
And read.
And please, if one of you could read the sentence.
Yes.
Perfect, good. And the fifth sentence is, the huge gathering at the politicians' rally was a show of, and we'll go with the correct option, strength. The second one. So if you could read the sentence, please.
Okay.
Good.
The whole idea is to practice reading. When we ask you to read these sentences, look, honestly, I cannot hear you, but your colleagues can, and you getting a practice. So I would suggest that each one of you help each other.
Yes.
Suppose one of the teachers is reading in the class, and if she is not going correct, or he is not making the correct pronunciation or sound, others can help. Or if someone in the class is not able to pronounce a word correctly, the other teachers can help. This is where the learning will start. Actually,
Absolutely.
You know? So please do repeat the sentences as we ask you to,
Okay.
and the words too. Okay, moving on to the next cluster, consonant cluster, which is SKR or SCR. SKR. That is skr.
Skr.
Skr. Okay, Ashish, it is skr.
Skr.
Okay, everybody together. Skr.
Skr.
Can you say this together? Skr. And not sakra. Okay? It is not sakra, it is skr. Alright? Moving on with the words. The first word, scream. Scream. Everybody together. Scream. Okay, and not scream. Why? These are the words I've heard people go wrong with, and that is why they're here. A lot of these words, I've actually heard people saying scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, he screamed, and it is not screamed, it is
Scream.
Okay, the next word, scratch. Scratch. Say it after me. Scratch. Just glide from sakura.
Scratch.
Scratch. Okay. The next word, scrap. Scrap. I hope you're repeating the words. Scrap. Scroll. Again, very, very commonly mispronounced.
Very, very often mispronounced. Heard.
It is not scroll down. Okay.
Yes.
So many of us say scroll करिए नीचे, scroll करिए. Scroll नहीं होता है, scroll होता है.
Scroll.
Scroll. Okay. The next one, scrub.
Heard so often as scrub.
Scrub. Yeah. Scrub. And even more often mispronounced is the next word, screw.
Screw.
And everybody says screw.
Screw.
Okay, इसका screw tight कर दो, you know. Screw नहीं tight करना है, हमने अपनी अंग्रेजी का screw tight करना है.
Screw.
So it's a screw, okay?
It's screw.
Screw. Everybody, screw. The next one is screen. And again, very often mispronounced as screen.
Screen.
सुना आपने? Have you heard people say screen?
Many times.
मैंने सुना है और बहुत बार. So I'm sure that now that I'm speaking out these words, and we are becoming sensitized to the mispronounced form of these words, we all have a smile on our face because we've heard someone or the other say this word as
Yes.
screen. Okay? And if you've not heard, that means you weren't listening. But from now onwards, आप सुन रहे होंगे लोगों को, आप सुनेंगे. जब आप सुनेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा that how many of us go wrong with this particular word.
Yes.
So please say this with me. It is not screen, it is
Screen.
exactly screen. Good. The next one is scrape. Scrape. Okay? Not scrape, but scrape. And the last word here is scrutiny. Scrutiny. Or scrutinize. Okay? Another word, scrutinize. So please try and repeat these words once more with Ashish so that in future, at least we as teachers don't make the same mistakes. And we are also sensitive towards what people are saying and we're able to correct them.
So the words are scream, scratch, scrap, scroll, scrub, screw, screen, scrape, and scrutiny. Okay, so we have the next activity as match the columns.
Yes, another interesting activity which is there in your workbooks. In case you don't have your workbook right now, please again, you have to do this activity in your workbooks once you go back. Download the workbook from SSA website. So the first sentence is in the column A. You see movies on it. You see movies on it. The next sentence is when you are scared, when you, and that also reminds me, someone asked me, one of the teachers had called me to ask me how to pronounce the air sound. The scared. It is not scared. One of you teachers had called me in the last few days to ask me how to pronounce this word. It is not scared. I'm saying it again on the live program now. It is scared. Okay? The next one is to look carefully into something is to look carefully into something is to when you itch you your knees you your old car you. What do you do with your old car? See the words on the other, in the other column. Your old car you, and when you take a bath you.
Hopefully.
You do. Hopefully. Yeah, what? In column B, the words are scratch, scrub, screen, scream. Oh, sorry, scrap before that. Scrap, scrap, scream, scrutinize, and scrape. Take a moment and match the columns before we look at the answers. Okay, this is very simple. The whole, I'm sure you know what goes with what.
Absolutely.
The whole idea is to reiterate the words and the pronunciation with you. Okay?
Okay.
So, Ashish, just do the solutions, please.
Okay. You see movies on a
Screen.
No, you see movies on a screen and not a screen.
Okay.
Yes, you see movies on a screen. The third word in the column, screen. When you are scared, you scream. Yes? Scream. To look carefully into something is to scrutinize. To look carefully into something is to scrutinize. When you itch, you
Scratch.
You don't scratch, you scratch. You scratch. When you itch, you scratch. Your knees, you scrape. Yes?
You know what it means, scraping your knees? क्या मतलब होता है इसका? Scraping your knees.
When, I'm sure most children always in the childhood have done this very often, I think every day. I for myself
See, we
have
fall down and we graze our
raise
knees.
our knees and just a bit of the top skin comes off. You scrape your knees. Yes? Your old car, you scrap. Meaning?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you scrap your old car. Meaning when you give it as a junk or sell it away. Yes. And when you take a bath, you scrub. Yes, when you take a bath, you scrub. So, we've done scratch, scrub, screen, scrap, scream, scrutinize, and scrape. Now we have the next consonant cluster, which is
sh. Sh. S-h-r together becomes sh. Okay? Sh. So let's look at some words with sh consonant cluster. The first word is shred.
Shred.
Shred. Everybody together. Shred. बोलिए मेरे साथ. Shred. Shred. Good. The next word. Shrewd.
Shrewd.
Shrewd. Okay, together everybody. Shrewd. The next word. Shrimp. Shrimp. I have some words. Shrimp. Okay. The next word. Shriek. Shriek. The next one. Shroud. Shroud. The next word. Shrug. Shrug. Again, shrug can be used in two ways.
Absolutely.
Okay? Shrug is a word which we use when we actually just move up our shoulders. We just shrug, right?
Shrug your shoulders.
When we just like either we're saying no or we don't care, so we just shrug.
Shrug our shoulders.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? We just shrug. And the other is a piece of clothing, a small shrug that you can wear around your shoulders. So shrug can have two meanings, in fact three. One is the physical form when we shrug our shoulders. The other is when you shrug, you're just giving the idea that you don't care or
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
When you shrug from responsibility.
Yes, you can shrug from responsibility.
Yes.
Exactly. And you can wear a shrug too.
And wear a shrug.
There's so much to the shrug,
Yes.
All right, and the last one is shrink. Shrink. And again has two different connotations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first connotation is, of course, कपड़ा हम धोते हैं वो shrink हो जाता है. Okay,
Yes.
so shrink. And the other shrink is the person you go to when you really need help emotionally or like
with your
psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist, yes.
Psychiatrist.
A psychiatrist is also called a shrink. And why generally is a person who's a psychiatrist called a shrink? Well, it came about because they are very expensive, and so they shrink your pocket, the purse, the wallet shrinks after you've been for a visit at them. So that's why they're called a shrink. Not that they shrink your brain or any such thing.
Okay. So now we know a shrink has two connotations. One is कपड़ा जब धुलता है तो shrink हो जाता है कभी-कभी.
Something becomes smaller in size.
Smaller in size. Anything can become smaller in size. Yes. Anything can shrink, right? And the other thing is the shrink, the psychiatrist.
Yes.
Psychiatrist. Teach me the pronunciation.
Psychiatrist.
Everybody, it's very important to learn this. Psychiatrist.
A psychiatrist.
Can everybody say it? Psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist. And we've heard it many times mispronounced. I will not give the mispronounced.
I'll give it. Psychiatrist?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
Yes, it's not a psychiatrist, it's a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Two
Okay.
I sounds there.
One more time, everybody has to practice this word. Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist.
Okay? I hope we don't go wrong again.
A psychiatrist.
Some more words with sh sound may not be on your screen, but you know.
Maybe you can make a note of these.
You can make a note. Shrine.
Wonderful.
Shrine.
Yes.
Yeah? Shrubs. Shrubs. And not shrubs. It's shrubs. Shrivel. Shrivel. Okay? SHRIVEL.
Shrivel.
Okay? And the next one is shrill. Shrill.
All very common words that we use very often with the shra consonant cluster.
Okay. Moving on to another activity. This is a passage. You need to fill in the blanks with the words we've just practiced.
With the words that we've just had, I will read out the passage, and what you need to do is, of course, put in the correct word. Should we go ahead? Okay. Once upon a time, there was a dash shopkeeper. He used to sell cloth. One day, a woman came to him and bought a piece of cloth from him. She wanted to use it as a dash. He assured her that it was of the finest quality and would last a long time. But a few days later, the woman returned to the shop with the same piece of cloth. She told the shopkeeper that when she washed that cloth, it had dash, and so she wanted to return it to him. The shopkeeper simply dash and refused to take it back. The woman got really very angry and dash at him, but to no avail. And then she got hold of the shopkeeper's scissors and dash some of the finest cloth lying in the shop as the shopkeeper looked on helplessly. So I'm sure all of you have filled in the blanks.
Show the words again, Anshul.
The words are shred, shriek, shrug, shrewd, shroud, shrink. So, should we use the correct words and fill in the blanks? I'm sure you have. Let's look at the passage then. Once upon a time, there was a shrewd. There was a shrewd shopkeeper. He used to sell cloth. One day a woman came to him and bought a piece of cloth from him. She wanted to use it as a shroud. Shroud, second word there in the second column, shroud. He assured her that it was of the finest quality and would last a long, long time. But a few days later, the woman returned to the shop with the same piece of cloth. She told the shopkeeper that when she washed that cloth, it had shrunk.
The word there was shrink.
Shrink, so of course
Yeah.
we've taken the past tense of shrink as shrunk. And so she wanted to return it to him. The shopkeeper simply shrugged. Simply shrugged. Again, the past tense of shrug. Shrugged at him, but no,
At her.
Sorry. The shopkeeper simply shrugged and refused to take it back. The woman got really very angry and screamed at him. Screamed at him, but to no avail. Then she got hold of the shopkeeper's scissors and shredded some of the finest cloth lying in the shop as the shopkeeper looked on helplessly.
Okay, and the word there was not screamed, she shrieked.
Oh, she shrieked.
Because we are an SHR sound.
Okay, it's not scream but shriek. Okay, she shrieked and not screamed.
She could have screamed also.
She could have screamed as well with the correct skr or the shra. So, okay. The next cluster we have?
Yeah, the next cluster we have is the sound.
Ump.
Okay. See, it's a nasal m, p, and p is of course bilabial. So the sound would just happen somewhere in your nasal tract. Everybody,
So here in this cluster, what we have to remember is the m, even though it's written, is not really being produced. It's being produced inadvertently because of the nasal and then the production of the p. So the m automatically is pronounced on its own without you having to produce it. So it becomes mp. If we try and produce the m, that's where the problem lies, and that's when we get the mispronounced sound of mp. Yeah. Okay, so let's go with the clusters.
Let's look at some of the words. Champ.
Clamp.
Oh, sorry, clamp. Clamp. Okay, clamp. And remember, we've done the p sound. It's a plosive, so there has to be a little bit of air coming out in the end. Little gush of air coming out at the end. Clamp. Clamp. Next word, trump. Trump. Everybody together. Trump. See, sometimes we may not have a problem with a particular sound, but we still bring it in. Why? Because there are a lot of words that we learn to practice. When we choose a sound over here and we do a particular sound, a lot of words that we learn to practice together, right? So the next one is damp. Damp. Everybody together. Damp. Good. The next one, lamp. Very simple words. Just a quick practice. Lamp. Okay, good. The next one is stump. Stump. The next, jump. Everyone together. Jump.
As in say the word, but not jump. Yes? Just say the word.
Everybody can jump
You
together.
can jump as well, yes.
Wake you up as well in the
Yes.
morning, okay?
Yes.
All right, the next one is camp. Camp. Cramp. Cramp. Can you, one person at each location, can you just make a sentence with cramp at your own end? Quickly make a sentence using this word, cramp. A space can be cramped. You can be in a
Yes.
very cramped space, or you can get cramps in your legs or in your
After running a
knees.
marathon.
Yes, if you exercise very heavily, your muscles can be cramped. Can you just make one sentence with this word, cramp? And read that sentence out, please. पढ़ लीजिए एक बार उस sentence को class के सामने. Read it out.
And please don't make normal, simple sentences like I had a cramp. We are teachers. I'm sure we can make bigger, better sentences.
Yes, exactly.
Yes?
Yeah. The next one is lump. Lump. Okay. The next word. How do you pronounce this?
Please
Ashish?
remember, yes.
Is it swamp or swamp?
It's a swamp. It's an O sound there to give us swamp.
A lot of times I've heard
Yes.
people pronounce it as swamp, which is completely incorrect. So please remember, this is not a swamp. It is a swamp. Everybody say it together, swamp. And let me hear in the end. In the end, okay? Swamp. Good. The next one is vamp.
Vamp.
Vamp. Okay? The next one, crumple. Crumple. Okay? Crumple. The next, dump. Dump. And the last one,
Hump.
Okay, hump. I just want to know temple, temple. Also
Temple, of course.
Temple.
That's
Yes.
in the middle.
Can you also think of at least
Temple.
one word at your end? Like this temple thing just came to my mind.
Yes.
So is there any word that you can think of? Can you share it with the class? Any word which is not here with
And
in
maybe
it?
something that you all can do together, and
Yes.
each of you could get more words for each of these clusters.
Yes.
And every day come up with a new word. Okay, let's get on with the activity with tick the correct option.
Very simple activity again. You just need to tick the correct option between the two words given, two options given.
Yes.
Okay? The first sentence is Florence Nightingale was known as the lady with a lamb or lamp. Florence Nightingale was known as the lady with a lamb or lamp. Very simple. I'm sure you'll get it. Just get the pronunciation
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Okay. The next one. Rajesh was so hungry that he started getting stomach
Cramps
cramps
or camps?
or camps. Stomach cramps or camps. Okay. The next one. She was feeling down in the damp or dumps. She was feeling down in the damp or dumps. What? Is it down? You feel down in the damp
Or down
or
in the
down
dumps?
in the dumps? Okay. The next one is the police clamped or crumpled down on the drug traffickers. The police clamped or crumpled down on the drug traffickers.
So let's look at the...
Very simple, yeah?
Yes, it's a very simple activity.
Just make them read the sentences
Yes,
as
of course.
you do it. Yeah.
So I will read the sentence out and give you the correct option, and then one of you should read it from wherever you're sitting, the correct sentence. So the first one is, Florence Nightingale was known as the lady with a lamp. The second option there. So if you could read the sentence, please. Perfect. Lamp. Second sentence. Rajesh was so hungry that he started getting stomach cramps. The first option there. I hope one of you is reading it now. Good. The third sentence. She was feeling down in the dumps. To feel down in the dumps? When you're feeling low. When you're feeling sad. She was feeling down in the dumps. The fourth sentence. The police clamped. The first option there. The police clamped down on the drug traffickers.
Okay, and can each one of you use crumpled as a word and make a sentence out of it? Use crumpled. Use this word in a sentence of your own. Just write down a sentence using this word and speak the sentence out aloud.
So what is crumpled?
Crumpled, anything which is wrinkled, like
Yes.
can be
Or
crumpled.
when we take a piece of paper and
crumple it.
we
Yeah.
crumple it. Now that's a crumpled piece of paper.
Yeah.
So
Anything else that can be crumpled? No.
a
Anything
piece of
which is-
cloth, anything that can fold up like this,
Okay.
that can crumple in your hand. Money.
Okay, money can.
Money.
Note can
A
be.
note can be crumpled.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So next.
The next group of words or the next cluster that we have is similar to the per sound, sound. Again, this is the sound. Okay? So let's look at some of the words again with the sound. The first word is climb. Climb. Please say the word after me. Even the b is a plosive, so there will be an expulsion of air at the end of the word or at the end of the sound. Climb.
And you see, these clusters are being done now once all the consonants have been done with you, so that the m and the b sounds are being produced perfectly by you already. So now in clusters also you should have the target sound in place.
Yes. The next one is lamb. Lamb. Okay. The next one, tumble. Tumble. Everybody together, tumble. We did this. A, B, C, tumble down D.
Yes.
The cat's in the cupboard and can't see me.
And they can't see me,
Yeah,
yes.
we've done this as a poetry, as a poem, yeah?
As a nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomb. Sorry, the next
Yes.
one.
The next one is tomb. Tomb.
Please remember, T-O-M-B is not Tom. It is tomb. T-O-M is Tom, the name of a boy, Tom. T-O-M-B is tomb. It's
And
a long oo
very
sound.
commonly mispronounced.
Very, very commonly
Most
mispronounced.
of the people say tomb,
Yes.
tom instead of tomb. So please remember, it's
Tomb.
not tom, it is
Tomb.
tomb. The next one is crumb. Crumb. Okay? Crumb. The next one is door jam. Door jam.
What is a door jam? Do we all know what a door jam is? It's not something that's stuck in the door, but something that holds the door in place. Yes?
Yeah, the door jam.
The door jam.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
The next one is grumble. Grumble.
I hope none of us are at the moment.
Grumbling.
Grumbling.
Everybody, just repeat the word. Grumble. And can you make a sentence out of this word? Grumble. Each one. Just please write down a sentence quickly in your
And
notepads.
speak it out.
Yeah. Write a sentence and speak it out. Grumble. The next one. Bomb. Bomb. Okay, very simple word. Bomb. The next one is thumb. Thumb.
Thumb.
And remember, I'm not saying thumb because we've already done the th sound. It is not thumb. Th nahi hai. Th hai. Thumb. Okay? Thumb. Good. The next one is comb.
And not
Comb.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not
This
an
is
O sound.
Comb.
O sound.
Comb. And not comb. So often, Ashish, I've heard people saying, get me my comb. Or I was combing my hair. Comb nahi hai. Comb mein O sound aata hai. This is the O sound. Comb. Comb. Please say it after me. Comb. Okay? The next one is jumble. Jumble. Okay? And the next one is fumble. Fumble. And I'm sure you all know what a fumble is. Yeah? Sometimes when we speak, we all do fumble.
Fumble.
Yeah? When we go wrong, we might just forget what we are saying and we have to say something again. That's called
Fumble.
fumbling. Okay? Alright. Moving on to the next activity. Alright? In this activity, you just need to fill in the blanks with the words that we've just practiced. Okay? Very simple activity, simple words. Let's see if we know how to use them here as well as how to pronounce them correctly. Okay, the first one. Betty took some bread dash for the lamb. Lot of practice of sound there. Betty took some bread dash for the lamb. What do you think Betty can take out of the words that we practiced? Ashish, go back. What do you think Betty can take?
A door jam? No. A comb? Hopefully not.
She can take a comb for the lamb. You know,
Yes,
lamb
she
has
could, but not
a lot
from.
of wool. Okay. Bread comb can't be possible. Yeah.
No.
Next one. Her hair got tangled. Her hair got badly tangled in her dash. Her hair got badly tangled in her dash. The next one is she grumbled as she dashed the stairs. She grumbled as she dash the stairs. Okay? Alright, we'll finish this. Okay? The next one is being underconfident, the girl dash all the time. Being underconfident, the girl dash all the time. And the last one is
there was a dash kept in the bus, but luckily the police diffused it in time.
very dangerous sentence.
Very dangerous
Yeah.
sentence, yes.
We'll take a break at this point, and when we come back, we're going to discuss the solution.
And we'll continue with the sound. We'll take a
Yes.
10-minute break right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.